Have you ever put a load of your work on Etsy and been disappointed with how much you've sold? I know I was at one point. I just totally gave up on Etsy. I thought it was all rigged and a waste of time. But about 18 months ago I started again a bit differently, and since then I've sold about 1200 orders, and it's now part of my full-time income as a potter. So today I thought I'd share with you 7 tips about what I think are the most important things to consider when you're selling on Etsy. So number 1 is to renew listings, not relist them. I think that's a very important distinction, and all of my other tips are going to follow on from this. So basically, when I started, I thought, oh, I'll make 12 things and I'll put 12 listings on there, and after a few weeks I'd sell something and I'd go, oh great, so I'd make something else and make a new listing and wait around a few weeks and maybe I'd sell something else. The problem with that is that you're not getting any history on your listings. You're not getting the likes, the purchases, the reviews, all the history to do with that is just gone once you start a new listing. So I started renewing items when I started making personalised stuff, and from then on I realised that renewing stuff was the way to go. It seemed to be selling a lot better. So after that I basically started putting all my bowls and standard cups and plates and everything basically as made to order items on listings that renew automatically. So that way I can offer lots of different colours and styles, and people seem to be happy to wait 4 to 6 weeks for me to make their order. Now if you've got a very unique items that are all different, you might think it'd be hard to offer them on listings that renew. One way to do it would be to take like group photos. Sometimes if I've got like 6 very different mugs, I'll take a group shot of them and I'll label them with an image editor like underneath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll put a selection in Etsy to select variation 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. Another way would be to just have one listing with your item, and then when that sells you could upload some different photos and a different description and renew the listing, and carry on from there, as long as it's not a massively different item. So basically at all times you want to look after your listings like they're your little baby. They need to be getting likes and sales and views and reviews, and you just want to keep them alive forever basically. Some of mine have been going for like 2 years or so, so just keep them going as long as possible and build up that history, which will help them rank in search and help your customers see that they're good items and other people like them. Number 2 is to have great products. I know that may sound obvious, but really I think spending more time on your work rather than doing social media or watching YouTube videos like this, or I don't know, there's lots of distractions when you're trying to run a craft business. You feel like you've got to do a lot of stuff, and I think it's really important to just spend time on your work. I mean, I posted on Instagram about once a month for about a year, and I don't think it's had really any real impact on my sales. All my sales pretty much just come from within the Etsy ecosystem. So yeah. Stop doing so much Instagram is my advice. If you've got a great product, you can write bad descriptions, have bad photos. Obviously that doesn't help, but great products will sell themselves if it's something that a lot of people want and need in their lives. Number 3 is to create mega listings. I just made that term up, but basically it's listings which have lots of variations on your products. So for example, if I have small, medium and large bowls in different colours, I could create lots of listings for each type, and you may think that you're spreading the net wide there and you might attract more customers, but really you're just sort of diluting the history that you're going to get on those listings. So if you have one listing where you've got options for different sizes and different colours, and lots of people are going to buy from that one listing and leave reviews, etc. So that one listing is going to do very well, what it should do in theory. I mean, I only had 5 listings on Etsy for about a year, and that was nearly a full-time income. But in each of those listings, it had like lots of different options. So yeah, mega listings. Number 4 is to create pro photos. So you can take decent photos with your camera phone if you've got nice natural light and you know what you're doing. But one thing I found is that, especially if you're trying to get close-up photos, you can get a lot of distortion with camera phones. That's the main downside. So I'm going to do another video about how I do it with a low-cost one flash and cheap camera setup. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. But basically, just need to really think about your photography and just present your items in a way that people can't resist buying them. Number 5 is to use keywords in your descriptions and titles, and research what other keywords you might not have thought of. So for example, if I'm selling a handmade mug, I'd probably go on Etsy and just search for handmade mugs, look at my competitors, see what keywords they're using. Maybe there's some ones that I've not thought of, like rustic mug or something like that. And then build all that back into your listings. Etsy doesn't really mind if you use multiple keywords in the titles. Main thing is to use your keywords sensibly, so it doesn't sound like you just stuffed them all in there and it's very hard to read your text. But make sure you're using your main terms within your descriptions. Number 6 is to provide great customer service and ask for reviews. So basically you just need to go over and above, whether people are buying things or just inquiring about some of your products. Just replying to their emails really quickly, and if there ever is a problem, going out of your way to exceed their expectations in making it right, whether that's sending them extra little gifts or whatever. And then I always write a handwritten note with my orders and make sure to ask for a review on Etsy. I mean, not only does it probably affect your rankings in terms of like the algorithm, knowing that there's lots of good reviews for your product, but also if somebody's browsing a website or Etsy and they see a product that's got lots of reviews and one that hasn't got any, I think it's pretty clear that they're going to tend to favour the ones with good reviews. So I think that's a really important thing. So customer service and reviews. Number 7 is to price your work sensibly. So I'm not talking about selling it off cheap, but it needs to be affordable, and I think well, a lot of my customers say it was great value for money, which I'm happy with, and that's obviously good in the reviews for people to see. And by providing a good value product, you're going to get a better conversion rate, and I think conversion rate is probably another metric that Etsy might use in ranking your products. I mean, you can see in your statistics, if you go into the dashboard there, that it shows how many views your products had and how many sales and it will show you the conversion rate. If you're getting about 1 or 2% conversion rate, that's pretty good. And I wouldn't be surprised if that isn't a factor that they use in ranking your products, because at the end of the day, you know, they want to sell things and get their commission. So price sensibly, and all these other things like price, reviews, good photos, nice description, all that's going to feed into your conversion rate. So all these things together should help you sell more stuff, and as long as you remember to renew and not relist, you should be good, and hopefully you'll get some more sales from watching this. And if you do, I'll be very happy. Please let me know, and you know, send me loads of lovely gifts and stuff like that. Thanks. One thing I wanted to say is that I'm not like an Etsy guru or trying to make people rich or anything, and a lot of the time Etsy completely baffles me. Like, I have no idea why some weeks I'm doing really well and the next week it drops off and then it gets good again. I think to some extent Etsy just keeps sort of promoting different people and seeing what works, and they keep changing, you know, what factors affect your rankings. But I think overall the things I've said here are valid and good practice in general for any sort of website really. So I think I'm pretty confident that these are good things to follow, else I wouldn't be telling you it all. So that's it really. I mean, try my best to help people out, and hopefully I will do. And don't forget to buy some of my pottery. Thank you.